Did you know that someone suffers a heart attack every 40 seconds worldwide? And that after age 60, the risk of cardiovascular disease more than doubles? Now imagine if there were a natural, drug-free way to protect your hearts, something already being studied by modern science. Could something as simple as going a few hours without eating actually save lives? Today, we'll explore what science has uncovered about intermittent fasting and its impact on heart health, especially for those over 60. You'll learn what truly works, the common mistakes people make, and, most importantly, how to apply this safely. So go ahead and give this video a like, share it with someone who needs to take care of their heart, and subscribe to the channel for more science-based health tips. Why is the heart so vulnerable after age 60? By the time we turn 60, a lot changes, and it's not just in how we feel. The heart also begins to go through deep, silent transformations. You might not notice, but it's there, beating a little slower, working harder, and carrying the weight of decades of accumulated choices. Over time, our blood vessels lose flexibility. They become stiffer, aging along with us. This makes the heart's job harder, as it must pump blood through a tighter system. That constant strain can lead to serious issues like high blood pressure, heart attacks, or even strokes, especially if nothing is done to change course. On top of that, after 60, a quiet problem often arises. Insulin resistance. It's rarely talked about, but it's behind many cases of diabetes, weight gain, and chronic inflammation, 3 factors that directly target the cardiovascular system. It's as if the heart is being sabotaged from the inside out without pain or warning. But here's the most important part. This isn't inevitable. Aging doesn't have to mean losing your health. With the right strategies, you can take control and protect your heart naturally, effectively, and for the long run. What is intermittent fasting, and why has it caught the medical world's attention? If you've heard of intermittent fasting, maybe you thought, that's not for my age. But what science has been discovering in recent years might change your mind, and bring real hope for those looking to live longer, healthier, and with more energy. Intermittent fasting isn't about starving yourself or following extreme diets. It's really just about organizing the times you eat and the times your body rests from digestion. For example, if you eat dinner at 7 p.m. and don't have breakfast until 7 a.m., you've already completed a 12-hour fast, something natural, safe, and that many people already do without realizing. What researchers have found is that during this pause, the body activates powerful internal systems. It reduces insulin levels, burns stored fat, improves cellular function, and even shuts down silent inflammation that harms the heart. It's like giving your body a vacation, a chance to cleanse, renew, and reorganize itself. So why has this gained so much attention in the medical world? Because the effects of intermittent fasting aren't small. They directly impact the core pillars of heart health: cholesterol, blood pressure, blood sugar, and inflammation. In other words, fasting can help your heart work more efficiently, with less strain after age 60. That makes all the difference. How does intermittent fasting affect the heart? According to scientific studies, you don't have to just believe the promise. Scientific research is already showing the real impact intermittent fasting can have on the heart. And this is especially important for those over 60, when the body needs smart support, not just more medications. Studies from universities like Harvard, Johns Hopkins, and leading European institutions have shown that intermittent fasting significantly lowers LDL cholesterol, the kind that clogs arteries, and raises HDL, the good cholesterol that helps clean them. That alone provides natural protection against heart attacks. Fasting also helps regulate blood pressure. When the body isn't processing food, insulin levels drop. This reduces sodium retention and helps the blood vessels relax. In one study involving adults over 60, researchers observed a significant drop in systolic blood pressure after just a few weeks of guided fasting. Another key benefit is the reduction of chronic inflammation. This type of inflammation is quiet but harmful. It damages the walls of your blood vessels and encourages plaque buildup. Fasting helps shift the body into a more balanced metabolic state, reducing these inflammatory markers and protecting your arteries and heart muscle in the process. In short, intermittent fasting isn't a magic trick. It's a scientifically backed strategy that offers your heart a form of natural protection. No cost, no pills, just real benefits. The effects of fasting on blood pressure, cholesterol, and inflammation. If you're living with high blood pressure, elevated cholesterol, or some type of inflammation, fasting can be a powerful and accessible tool to help bring those problems under control. Let's start with blood pressure. When you fast, your insulin levels go down. That allows your body to flush out excess sodium and fluid, which naturally reduces pressure on the arteries. It's like releasing a pressure valve. Many older adults report feeling a lightness or ease after just a few weeks of guided fasting. When it comes to cholesterol, fasting acts as an internal regulator. By going a few hours without food, your body taps into its energy reserves, especially stored fat. This helps lower LDL, bad cholesterol, and triglycerides, while encouraging the rise of HDL, good cholesterol, that protects your heart. And perhaps the most overlooked but incredibly valuable benefit of intermittent fasting is its impact on chronic inflammation. It's silent, it doesn't hurt, but it slowly damages your blood vessels day after day. Fasting activates a process called autophagy, where the body cleans out old, damaged cells and reduces the production of inflammatory substances. This helps improve circulation and reduces the strain on your heart. Together, these effects allow your heart to beat with less effort, your arteries to stay clearer, and your risk of heart disease to drop steadily, even after age 60. Is intermittent fasting safe for people over 60? This is one of the most important and most common questions. After all, is intermittent fasting really safe for those over 60? The short answer is yes, as long as it's done responsibly and with adaptation. As we age, the body becomes more sensitive to sudden changes. That's why no one in this phase of life should start fasting in an extreme or unplanned way. The good news is that when done gradually, while listening to your body and maintaining a nutrient-rich diet, fasting becomes not only safe, but highly beneficial. Experts recommend starting gently. A light protocol like 12-12 to 12 hours without eating, followed by 12 hours with meals, is simple and often effective without causing discomfort. Over time, many people feel so well that they can move to 14 or even 16 hours of fasting, always with professional guidance. Another key point is ensuring nutrient-dense meals during your eating window. This helps prevent muscle loss, weakness, and energy crashes. Fasting shouldn't mean eating less, should mean eating better at the right time. Many older adults report better sleep, smoother digestion, improved energy, and even a brighter mood after starting fasting properly. That's no coincidence, it's your body responding positively to a more natural, anti-inflammatory rhythm that aligns with its ability to heal and renew. What are the safest and most effective fasting protocols for people over 60? When it comes to intermittent fasting after 60, there's no one-size-fits-all solution. But there are safer, proven approaches. The key is to respect your body, listen closely to its signals, and start the right way. The most recommended starting point, especially in later life, is the 12-12 method. It's easy to fit into a daily routine. For example, finish dinner by 7 p.m. and have breakfast at 7 a.m. That alone allows your body to rest, process food more efficiently, and begin to enjoy the early benefits of fasting. Over time, and if it feels right, you can move to 10 to 14 hours of fasting with a 10-hour eating window. That might mean skipping breakfast and having your first meal around noon, finishing dinner by 10 p.m. for many. This is already enough to see improvements in blood pressure, cholesterol, and blood sugar. The well-known 16-to-8 method, popular among younger people, can also be safe for some older adults, but only if the body is well adapted and under medical supervision, especially for those on medications or managing conditions like diabetes or low blood pressure. During fasting, staying well hydrated is essential. Water, unsweetened herbal teas, and plain black coffee are all allowed. These help control hunger, keep your metabolism active, and prevent symptoms like dizziness or fatigue. But above all, it's important to understand that fasting isn't about starving yourself. It's about reorganizing your body's natural rhythm, giving it time to rest, reset, and rebalance. And when done mindfully, the results come in a way that's gentle, consistent, and safe. Intermittent fasting can bring many benefits, but if done incorrectly, it can do the opposite, cause fatigue, undernourishment, dizziness, and even fainting. That's why it's so important to know the most common mistakes and avoid them from the start. One of the biggest mistakes is jumping straight into long fasts, like 18 or even 24 hours, without any preparation. For someone over 60, this can be a shock to the system. The metabolism isn't as quick as it once was, and sudden changes can create dangerous imbalances. Another major mistake is skipping important meals without improving the quality of the food you do eat. Many people think fasting just means not eating. But smart fasting means that, during your eating window, you nourish yourself fully with good protein, a variety of vegetables, healthy fats, and quality carbohydrates. Without that, the body may lose muscle, weaken, and even make heart health worse. Some people also ignore warning signs, like intense fatigue, frequent dizziness, or mental confusion. These symptoms should never be brushed off. They're your body's way of saying it's out of balance. Pushing through can lead to falls, accidents, or worsening of existing conditions. Finally, there's a subtle but just as harmful mistake: expecting fast results. Fasting isn't a shortcut, it's a process. It takes patience, consistency, and respect for your body's rhythm. Those who understand that reap true and lasting benefits. Now that you know what to avoid, it's time to take fasting a step further. With a few simple foods and habits, you can enhance its effects naturally and safely. Many health professionals who work with patients over 60 agree. When done properly, intermittent fasting can be a powerful ally in preventing cardiovascular disease. But they also agree on one key point: it must be done responsibly. Their first recommendation is always the same: seek medical guidance, especially if you take medication for high blood pressure, diabetes, or cholesterol. That's because fasting can affect how your body responds to these drugs. And your doctor may need to adjust your dosages to prevent sudden drops in blood sugar or blood pressure. Another common piece of advice is to focus on real, whole foods. Don't break your fast with white bread, processed meats, or sugary snacks. Doctors emphasize the importance of a diet rich in vegetables, lean proteins, olive oil, seeds, low-glycemic fruits, and whole grains. This ensures you get the nutrients your body needs to stay strong, active, and protected. They also recommend starting with the basics. Shorter protocols like 12-12 are enough to begin seeing benefits, and many patients report noticeable improvements, even with this gentler approach. Consistency matters more than intensity. Lastly, cardiologists emphasize that fasting should be just one part of a healthy lifestyle. Light, regular physical activities such as walking, stretching, or water aerobics, combined with good sleep and stress management, completes the heart care equation in a powerful way. When these habits come together, the impact goes beyond physical health. You'll feel more energy, greater mental clarity, and most importantly, a deep sense that you're taking care of yourself with intentional living longer, better, and with dignity. Reaching age 60 and beyond doesn't have to mean living in fear of a heart attack, stroke, or unexpected health crisis. In fact, this stage of life can be the perfect time to take control of your well-being with more awareness, more wisdom, and more transformation. Intermittent fasting, when done with guidance and respect for your body, proves to be a powerful tool. It helps balance your blood pressure, improve your cholesterol, fight inflammation, and even restore energy that you may have thought was gone for good. You don't have to change everything at once. Just one step, one small, thoughtful choice. Skipping late-night snacks, having breakfast more intentionally. These small shifts can bring big changes over time. If this video resonated with you, give it a like. Share it with someone seeking better health after 60, and subscribe to the channel. Tell us in the comments, have you tried intermittent fasting? How did your body respond? Taking care of your heart is taking care of your life, and it's never too late to begin. Your body still has so much to give, and it deserves to be treated with that kind of care.